In the quiet and isolated mountains of Colorado, a grand hotel stood tall against the backdrop of snow-capped peaks. The Overlook Hotel, a majestic structure with a history etched in its walls, was a place where secrets whispered in the shadows. Jack Torrance, a struggling writer, landed a job as the winter caretaker of the Overlook. With him were his wife, Wendy, and their young son, Danny. The family hoped the solitude would bring a fresh start, but the Overlook had its own plans. As winter settled in, the hotel became a desolate maze of empty corridors and abandoned rooms. Danny, gifted with a mysterious ability called the Shine, could sense the hotel's dark past. Whispers of forgotten guests lingered, and the walls seemed to pulse with an eerie energy. Mr. Ullman, the hotel manager, warned the Torrance family about the building's history, but the promise of seclusion and a paycheck clouded Jack's judgment. The Overlook, with its labyrinthine design, seemed to play tricks on the mind. Strange sounds echoed through the hallways, and the family's isolation became more pronounced with each passing day. Danny's psychic abilities, the Shine, allowed him glimpses into the hotel's troubled past. Shadows danced in the corners of his vision, revealing the specters of former guests. He tried to hide his discoveries from his parents, but the hotel's grip tightened on Jack. Jack, a man with a troubled history of alcoholism and violence, found an old typewriter in the basement. As he sat before it, the keys clacked with an otherworldly rhythm. The Overlook seemed to infuse him with a malevolent creativity, pushing him to write stories of horror and madness. Wendy, a loving mother trying to hold her family together, noticed Jack's increasing obsession with the typewriter and the strange occurrences within the hotel. The once warm man became distant and erratic, lost in the dark tales that flowed from his fingertips. One night, as a snowstorm blanketed the surroundings, Danny's visions intensified. The ghosts of the Overlook materialized, warning him of the impending danger. A sinister force, fueled by the hotel's sordid history, sought to consume the Torrance family. Wendy, frightened for her son's safety, confronted Jack about the growing menace within the Overlook. Jack, influenced by unseen forces, dismissed her concerns and accused her of paranoia. The hotel's grip on him tightened, and he became a vessel for the malevolent energy that lurked within. As the winter days dragged on, the hotel's grip on reality slipped further. Danny, guided by the spectral warnings, discovered a hidden room filled with old photographs. The images depicted the hotel's past, revealing a pattern of tragedy and madness that repeated itself over the years. The Overlook's malevolence reached its peak during a night of the full moon. Jack, fully consumed by the dark forces, roamed the empty corridors with an axe in hand, his sanity shattered like the frozen windows of the hotel. Wendy and Danny, now facing a true nightmare, sought refuge from Jack's madness. The Overlook's ghostly inhabitants, fueled by the chaos, manifested in the physical realm. The hotel itself seemed alive, shifting and warping in response to the family's desperate attempts to escape. The climax unfolded in a deadly game of cat and mouse within the hotel's ominous hedge maze. Wendy and Danny, pursued by the possessed Jack, navigated the twisting pathways as the snowstorm raged around them. The hotel, a malevolent entity in its own right, seemed determined to claim their souls. In a final showdown, Wendy, fueled by maternal instinct, confronted Jack to protect her son. The Overlook's influence over Jack wavered as the family's love became a powerful force against the darkness. In a moment of clarity, Jack fought against the malevolent energy that held him captive. As the first rays of dawn broke through the storm clouds, the Overlook relinquished its grip on the Torrance family. The hotel returned to its silent, snow-covered state, leaving behind the echoes of the horrors that unfolded within its walls. In the aftermath, the Torrance family emerged from the maze, battered but alive. The Overlook, though silent, retained its secrets, and the family left with scars that time could not erase. The mountains stood witness to the untold stories that lingered in the shadows of the Overlook Hotel, waiting to be discovered by those who dared to enter its haunted halls.